the other morning, he makes a video, and this is where it just gets ridiculous.
But to threaten somebody's channel, to threaten that I'm going to ruin you, really speaks a lot. Now, of course, what he's bringing up about being he's had misfortune in his life, he's referring to a comment that one of my other colleagues made in regards to his rental situation. If you're not aware, again, Clyde was evicted from his landlord. Now, this colleague, which I'm not going to speak on behalf of, came out to say, look, you've left out an important detail in your tales to your community. You haven't told them that your landlord was charging you roughly a third of what everybody else in your town was paying in rent. Your landlord was looking to capitalize on his rental property on an agreement you guys had for 10 years. You've smeared your landlord by saying that he evicted you, that he's caused your family all this dismay, yada, 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 simply because you're not being truthful with your audience. Now, that's between him and them.
So I'll be truthful today. It's so crazy. Let me just explain this. I was paying $13.75 for a 3-bedroom townhouse. Tell me that that's a reasonable or way too cheap. Yes, the market has gone crazy here in British Columbia. Now, so he evicted me, said that he was going to move out or move into the place, did not move into the place. 6 months later, listed it for $3,900. So this is a big stretch to say. I was actually like, I'm taking him to the tenant board. This is a legitimate claim. He went on to make a 30-minute video about me and telling the whole world that I'm a bad guy and I've ripped him off and I've done all these things. He's said lots of things about me ripping him off before. He's had to delete them because he was worried about defamation. I'm not going to sue anybody.
Well, he started his video with a Freudian slip right off the bat, right? Like he said, you're going to destroy him. It's like, no. You didn't say that. You simply said you're going to expose him. So
yeah,
it was a Freudian slip on his part where he was admitting, oh shit, I've done bad and I'm about to be exposed. In fact, he realized that what he's doing might destroy him, but you didn't say you're going to destroy him. So anyways, I'll vouch for your story. I think you told us the story of your rent, your whole story. Maybe me more personally than others, because you and I talked about it over time. I mean, I think what happened to you from a rent point of view was absolute bullshit, but it was also it was happening to a lot of people. I mean, you got what's the word?
It's not an unusual story.
No, you got rent evicted, they call it, or whatever. I mean, the landlord made up a bullshit excuse. Did he want more money? Absolutely.
Well, it's a bad faith eviction, because if you don't follow through with the thing that you said you're going to do when you evict, because if it's on the form that you're going to move in, you have to move in. There's been a recent Supreme Court case in British Columbia, went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the landlord lost in that case. You have to move in if you kick someone out. Now, I just want to say, this has been going on for 2 years. Derek has been spending a lot of time saying really bad stuff about me. Here's one of the things that he deleted in the past, where he made up some big lie about paying me with microphones, and then I defrauded him. He took this down because it's clearly defamation. So I'll just show you this. Just get a flavor of what I've been going through for the past 2 years.
See, people saying, I watch Clyde. Come on, Derek, don't hate on. Here's the first thing. People, I'm not going to keep shitting on Clyde because he's weak and I don't want to. Nobody knows the personal story behind me and Clyde. I've talked about a little bit of what's gone on. If anybody really wants to know the personal story, because I'm not going to talk about it, somebody should go to Clyde's channel and ask him about the $1,000 worth of audio equipment I bought for him to advertise our books that he never gave. That when it came time to pay the piper, he just found all these problems with unacceptable Fringe and cut me out. Kept the equipment, by the way. Somebody should go ask him about that before anybody wants to say, hey, Derek, stop crapping all over Clyde. I got my reasons. I got a lot.
Derek. I mean, he reached, I did shows with him. He reached out to me. He did a special with his book and he got me to read a chapter and I gladly did it. Did I ask for a penny or anything like that? Dude, that's what we do out here, man. We help each other. I'm sure he gave you some equipment. I don't know what the circumstances are, but
well, I'll tell you what the circumstances were. He just sold, I think like $200,000 worth of his book. And it was a book that I promoted and I asked nothing for it. And he asked me like, oh, what are some of the things that you're looking for in your new studio? And I said, oh, I like these mics. And he showed up and he gave me the mics and said, this is a token of my appreciation. I wanted nothing of it. And he's like, no, I insist. And then later made this story up. And it's like, listen, the whole thing, it could have been avoided. It really came down to, he tells a lot of fib stories. Like, and we've all met someone who does this. They'll say stories that are grandiose and, maybe there's a bit of truth to it, but they're really over the top. And that didn't happen. Like, and
the pain from my gallbladder stone was only a 7, wasn't it actually an 8?
Yeah. So the thing is, it's fine, and you go, okay, that's cute, whatever. But then sometimes it'll burn you. I had him on the show, and he talked about the Stampede Lottery as it being a scam, and I got an email from the Stampede Lottery afterwards, and they're like, listen, I know you're good at making retractions on information that's incorrect. I asked him to be on the show. He explains this in his video, but he obviously is not telling the right story.
I remember that retraction because you were in Calgary when you made that accident.
It was the day you came over and we made Carpareñas. Yeah, it was that day.
Yeah.
So I made that retraction. I asked him to join me for it. He was like, no, it's fine. It'll blow over. I said, I don't let things blow over, man. Like I make the retractions. These people are fans of my channel. So I didn't say like, this is the end of my channel or anything like that. This is integrity. So I made the retraction and I took full responsibility for it. And that's what you do. Later, people pressured him into making a retraction about it. And he gave a bunch of excuses about why it was his opinion and stuff like that. It's like, man, if you got to apologize, just actually apologize. Anyway, this is enough about this drama. Maybe we might address more things in the after stream. This is the show. I let you guys know for the recorded audience, this is what went down. I'm hoping that it's over because I've been putting up with him talking smack about me for 2 years. People that are mutual friends have told him to stop doing it. And he just can't help himself. And this time is just come to a thing. I've lost nearly 1,000 subscribers over his 30-minute video. And it's like, really? Yeah, okay. Wow. If, that sucks, but whatever. I'm going to move on. I hope he just never speaks of me again. I really do, because for 2 years, I refrained from saying anything back about him. And here it is. The fly goes around. Yeah, you smack it finally, and somebody's mad.
I'm the same way. I mean, I try to stay out of it. Like when somebody attacks me, I generally try and stay out of it. I mean, I got thick skin, but once in a while you get somebody who comes after you in a kind of a slanderous way. Then you got to defend yourself, which is appropriate. Which is a segue, which brings back to Northern perspective. I think they've gone over the top in defending themselves. I mean, it's a similar thing. Spencer makes a bit of fun. He's crude. So what? I mean, God, based on their criteria, I have every right in the world to go after, Jeremy McKenzie and Ferryman's Troll. And think of the things they've called us and accused us of being. If it's like, you just brush it off. I mean, if you don't worry about it. So anyways, hopefully these things resolve. Well, we'll keep talking about it, but yes, we got to close the first.
We got to close this. It went a little bit long, so that's fine. If you're watching this after the fact and you want to be part of the Q&A, because it's only available to members of the channel afterwards. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you're a member of the channel. Or tune in when it's live. It's free. That's the way to do it. Anyway, for the people watching this after the fact, we're going on to the Q&A section. We'll see you in the next one. Marty, where can people find you?
Marty Up North on Twitter, but you're not going to find me much for the next 10 days because Friday morning I'm leaving on a 10-day hike. But yeah, Marty Up North on Twitter.
I gotta get somebody to fill in for you on Wednesday.
for Wednesday. Wednesday, I will be. I'd have to go look at my itinerary, but Wednesday I will be at the most remote lake in Jasper National Park. I will be at South Esk Lake on Wednesday, 80 kilometers from the trailhead. Yep.
Sounds fun. We'll see who ends up on the Marty and Clyde show next week. All right.